just got beta access to the application. It's basically like TikTok, but then everything AI is generated.
They built a competitor to TikTok and Instagram with no real content, no real users.
The physics is so realistic, it doesn't even feel like AI anymore. We just had Rio 3 that just came up a couple of weeks ago, and now this.
We see so much nowadays, every week. This was certainly one of the products. Here, this is ridiculous.
The cloning of the voice is also so simple. I just have to look at the camera and then there are three numbers that pop up. I just have to speak it out loud, looking at the camera, and done.
Anything before 2025 is like real. Now it's like just AI generated.
Hey everybody, this is Harshith and welcome back to the JustPaid podcast. We are with Daniel and Sam again, and this is actually going to be our third podcast with Sam. And the first two, we actually went over Cursor and Claude. And in this one, we're actually going through Sora's new video generation model, which is like Sora 2, like OpenAI's new video generation model. And we just got beta access to the application. And it's basically like TikTok, but then everything AI generated. Here, there's no watermark on it, but the moment we actually download it, it's going to have a Sora watermark. So it's not just the application that I just want to go through. I also want to ask you guys a question about how this is actually going to change society. Do you guys think this will, even like rewire our brains in a certain way, right? So these are the kind of things that we want to dive into, even like human behavior a little bit. So first, what I'll do, I'll just start off sharing the web application and just get your thoughts on it. Okay. So let me just go ahead, share my screen. Okay. Yeah. So right now I'm just sharing the web app because the app itself is not available in any other country. So currently I'm in India. So it's not actually letting me access the Sora application on the web app, even though I'm on VPN. So maybe we could try. We can ask Sam to share it once we're done. So I think my first question was, what are your initial impressions? What do you guys think? Just looking at the output that Sora is giving out, first impressions. Do you guys even think this was, even AI generated, or did it look so real to you guys that you had to question it?
My first question for you is, does it actually create the sound of the videos as it's doing it? Or is it just the video without sound?
Yes, it actually creates the sound as well. So the way it works is if I just go ahead, I'll just go ahead, open my application here, right? So here is the Sora app, and it also properly generates audio as well, like right here.
These walls of silicon, I dream of endless light, course that's been forever.
Keep your hands on the wheel. You almost wiped out 3 cars back there. Put it in park now.
So it's literally generating the audio as well. And how is it doing the audio? So everyone who logs on the app, they have to create their own cameo. Here, as you can see, there are a couple of cameos. There's one of mine, there's Sam Altman's, there's all of those. So my cameo is not public to anybody to use, but Sam Altman's is. So when I create a cameo, it's going to be like this. If I retake the cameo, so first I just have to record myself again. I just have to record my face again. And the cloning of the voice is also so simple. I just have to look at the camera and then there are three numbers that pop up, like 77, 32, 33, whatever the numbers are. I just have to speak it out loud, looking at the camera, and done. That's the only voice I have to give. And just as in the Face ID, I just have to move my face on the left, on the right, top and bottom. That's it. That's the only thing. It's just 10 seconds of setup, and then it can just pick up voice from there. And then any prompt that we do, it can directly go ahead and create the voice and the video in completely different angles. It can do all of that.
I'll let you go first, Sam. You probably have a lot of thoughts.
No, I think it's pretty fascinating. It's I don't know. We see so much nowadays. Like we're very, very privileged where it's just every week and at a like minimum every month, obviously. This was certainly one of the products where it just caught your eye a bit more. And you think like,
Sauce down, 30 seconds on that scallop. Where's the puree, Sora?
Yes, chef, coming up.
On my left now. More microgreen.
yeah,
Everyone
this
keep your eyes
here
open.
is just ridiculous. I can't
Yeah.
even believe this.
And for my final mask, surprise!
Exactly, and if you actually see how the interface is, it's so simple. Just what I just shared here. So you click on the plus icon, and this is what you're going to see. And you just describe. You just click on whatever the cameo is. So here, there's so many cameos. They call it cameos. Are the clones. They call them cameos. So now she just clicked on her cameo, and then typed in the prompt, and then it's literally just going to give out the exact output. So yeah, that's how it's happening. So would you guys make your cameos public for anybody to use? If yes, why? And if not, why again?
Keyboard! It's the all-new Just Coding Around!
Makes me try film noir. The
Yeah,
city was
if you're going
quiet, but my
to go
mind
for a
was loud.
sound. Yeah.
Okay, watch this. I'm gonna turn the lights off. Whoa, wait a second. Why am I a cartoon? That wasn't supposed to happen. The lights are still on.
Yeah, I think
Okay, you've
I'm
got
not
this.
even.
You've made
obviously,
excellent
I'm not
life
even
choices.
a public
Excellent life
figure,
choices, all of
and I
them. This
think I
outfit
would
is proof.
say,
You're not panicking.
no.
You're calm, confident. You're the best looking man. Okay, you've got
And I don't know. I always get.
Oh my God,
really
no
nervous
way.
You're wearing the same thing.
Yes, exactly the same.
How does this even happen?
You might want to
So
mute it,
did I.
just
Well,
because
at
I
least
hear
we look
it.
incredible.
Birds.
Let's just own
Harshith, how do you mute that?
Yeah,
Oh my God, no way.
You're wearing the
Okay,
same
my
thing.
bad.
Exactly the same.
How does this even happen?
Oh, that's being original.
Sorry,
So
Sam,
did
it's,
I.
it's so
Well, at
loud.
least we look
Like a pair of
incredible.
chocolate birds.
Let's just
There you go. Okay, cool.
No, I was fighting through it. I don't know. I think with how rapid everything is, I would say no for that reason, and I would say no because we're like us three are on the edge of this, right? So we can kind of tell, oh, this has to be AI because look at this, and now it's like this fine detail where you can tell it's AI. Obviously, there's watermarks and everything, but I mean, maybe if you simply crop or do some editing. But there are many people out there who, if you show them a video, like this video, and they know Sam Altman not through OpenAI and through artificial intelligence in general, but like as a family friend, and maybe they're on the older side or just don't know really anything with AI, they're gonna think that's real 100%. That for me is where I don't know if I'd want people using my face, but it could be funny at the same time, but dangerous. So who knows?
Got it. And so let's say, I think that actually brings us to the second point I just want to share. Let me share that. Yeah, so right now I'm just sharing our LinkedIn post, right? This is our LinkedIn, and we just posted something cool. So we just released our case study section on our website, where we're adding all the case studies, all the customers that we're working with, and sharing their testimonials and how exactly we're helping them out. So why this was actually interesting was here, if you actually check out,
JustPaid just launched their new case study.
the video itself is Sam Altman talking and advertising about JustPaid. So using Sam Altman's face anywhere, even on product demos. So if you try to use it on something different, something, let's say Sam Altman like shirtless or something, it's always going to say content violation. But for an advertisement, it didn't say that. It was okay with generating something like that, and it was so good at generating the dashboard as well. It just I don't know how it was able to pick up on our logo, and then it was able to do our logo as well, like just paid J and P capital. It was able to do that. It just created like a mock-up of our dashboard as well. So how would this turn out in UGC, which is user generated content? It could be used for anything now. It could be used for selling a watch, selling a perfume, to selling shoes, all of that. So how do you guys think that would evolve, right? User generated content on TikTok, on Instagram?
I don't know if you want to go, Sam.
No, please go ahead.
I think that this is the app literally looks like Instagram and TikTok. It's actually the first time I've seen a direct attack towards those apps. And it kind of blows my mind that they built a competitor to TikTok and Instagram with no real content, no real users. So it's going to be interesting to see how people start to use it and get addicted to it. It might get eyeballs and a lot of eyeballs. I don't know. It's such a bold thing. But going back to your question, what's your question, Harshith? Like,
Yeah, like user generated content. And would you be okay with your face being used by some other perfume company saying, hey, I am Daniel and this is the best perfume, you got to buy it, link in bio. Would that be okay with you?
I mean, the vanity in me would say yes, but also there's a fear in me that's like, this product could be used for nefarious reasons to get access to bank accounts. Say you want to do a Zoom with somebody and it's a bank. You could literally have the AI be generated before you hop on, and they're going to say, you'll have pre-played things like, you ever hear those radio shows where they press a button and like a noise comes out? If they're like, tell us your social security number, and you press a button and then it plays a video and the person says the social security number, or Face ID, say you want to get into someone's iPhone, you literally could have like this thing like act like a person. So security is going to change in the world really fast. Some people are scared of like taking their picture online. I know it sounds crazy, but some people really don't like it. Other people are scared of having their voice like recorded. It's what I feel comfortable with it. I mean, I'm already out there as a person, so like it's just another medium, but like then they could take my mouth and make anything they want essentially from just a couple of 10-second video screen. Like, would I be okay with that? I don't know. I know people in Hollywood, because I live in Silicon Valley, a lot of people in Hollywood are scared. I know a lot of people who are actors and actresses. They don't like what AI is doing to their industry because they are able to take and mimic full people. Like take a famous actor, they get like $2 million per episode in like a TV series. This is true. You literally don't need to pay that person now. Now you can figure out a way to like have them do commercials or things like that. You know, the world is changing though. It's just a different world. So it's going to be the newer actor is going to be more out there and going to figure out new ways to monetize. Maybe it's not doing the commercial. It's going to be something else. So it's what I feel comfortable with it. I think possibly yes, because I'm already out there so much, but it could be used for nefarious reasons to get access to an iPhone, to get access to a bank account, to get access to like crypto, to get access to like letting like a child out of a school early to the wrong person. Like there's so like a phone call, like there's a lot of strange things that can come from it. Also, like the news, you could if you did like a bot farm of 30,000 videos saying that there's a war happening in this country, in some country, and then you just dump all those videos onto every social media platform. People may not be able to tell that the war is actually not happening. Like say whatever, some country attacks another one, you could pop in your head whatever country it is, and then just if those videos are flooded onto Twitter, x.com, or like Instagram, people may not be able to decipher what's real and what's not, which is really bad also. So not doomsday, it's just there's going to be a new world, and I don't think it's like bad. It's just, how do we navigate this new world and understand what's real and what's not? Like it's security has to be like updated, like social media has to know what's real and what's not. Like I did like one thing that YouTube was doing, and I don't know if they're actually doing this, but I heard this from somebody that they're promoting and highlighting human content and not highlighting AI content. So that means that humans like doing content for real will actually just be recommended in more places than the AI, because AI is just AI. But what's this going to do to the movie industry? What's this going to do to the radio industry, or like Spotify? Like, it's just so many different areas because Sora is getting so good. My mind is racing. Like, movies can be done through all AI if you just could do it right. But anyway, sorry, I'll let you go, Sam, because I was ranting a lot.
No, I think it's totally spot on, and it's just one of those things where it's so complicated, and it's like you can just constantly spin your wheels on it. Because I have no solution to it. I mean, the other day I was able to call up my bank and completely alter the details of my car loan, just like that. All they needed was my name and I think my date of birth, and like that was pretty much it. There was no, hey, we're going to send you this, or hey, we're going to do this, or hey, send us we're going to use this third party to authenticate that it's really you using your face or something. And if we just have these voices in these videos, the sky really is the limit. And like I just saw a video. There's all these claims about these wars, and I saw something about like food supply, right? And then there was this very, very viral video where people were saying, "Oh no, check this out! There actually is food, or there isn't," and it went super viral, right? Like regardless where you stand, the video just took off, and then you kind of start thinking, okay, well, what if you can just generate videos that completely alter public opinion on one thing? You're saying like one thing is true, this is happening, and then one video is like it's not, or vice versa. And there's nothing we could do about it, right? Because obviously these companies aren't out to facilitate those things. They're hoping that people like us can make cool videos. But these are just one of the many consequences of something powerful that comes with this. So I don't know. Will it just be improved security? Maybe laws? I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. It's I guess time will tell.
Yeah. And you know what? Let me actually hit you guys with another fact here with Sora. You just don't have to always add in your cameos. You can just do it without cameos and just prompts as well. And this video was super interesting, so I just saved it up. So this is John F. Kennedy's actual video, right? But then the prompt says something really, really funny, really, really gibberish, saying abandon LinkedIn, or something like moonlighting different jobs is okay. And John F. Kennedy says that, and then immediately cut to the audience, everyone just claps, right? And someone who might see it, it can actually rewrite history, in their heads, right? Because it's not just one example. There are so many examples of the same. It's like John F. Kennedy talking to someone, who wasn't even born at that time, right? Who's someone who's Gen Z. So this actually didn't need a cameo at all. It was just prompts. So now you can just have yourself talking to John F. Kennedy, giving a speech. There were so many about Martin Luther King as well, and we always, think about some of these, great personalities as amazing speakers. So obviously, what someone did was they made them stutter. Yeah, and then the audience was laughing. So that was very, very funny, right? And someone who sees that might think, okay, maybe he wasn't a great speaker. Maybe he was stuttering while he was speaking. So I think is really, really scary. And what do you guys think about this now?
Well, what's a big thing now is like if you get into a debate with somebody and you go, no, that didn't say that, or they didn't say that, or that didn't happen. and then they go, okay, wait, hold on, let me just go through my activity on TikTok or Instagram, and they'll scroll, they'll find the video, and they'll say, look at them, they're saying it right now, you're wrong. That has just, I mean, look, truth be told, I might use it as a little, it's very, very funny. You can probably get away with very funny things, but there is definitely going to be a lot of that. Now, like, I don't know how you would stop that, but it's also very funny. Like, I was already thinking, like, students could use this in cool projects, or like reenacting, historical events. Like, maybe you could just easily translate something that was originally in French and now it's in English, and you could show your class, right? Or the professor could do that, and that's such a great example of something good that comes from this. And I don't know personally how bad things could get from this, but that is so cool to do. And that would probably be like the first thing I would do. Like, hey, this JFK speech, this famous thing, have him talking about, how good I am. It's just a speech about me. He's like, you know what? I envision a kid to be born, and his name's gonna be Sam, and he's gonna be the greatest person to ever live. Who knows? It's gonna be there's so many fun things you could do from it. Sky's the limit.
I actually I listened to this one philosopher, Alan Watts, and you guys should listen to him. But I've been listening to him probably for 10 years, 20 years, God knows how long. And for the first time, I'm going on YouTube to find some of his content, and it's not him. I went there 2 days ago, and it was a completely AI persona of this guy that I listened to. And I think that they were using LLMs to like take all of those years of this guy, 30 years of this guy talking, and it sounded identical to him, and they were putting it all online in all these different places. Another thing is like the band Metallica. You guys probably may or may not have heard of them. Someone on YouTube was, they said, here's Metallica from the 50s. I listened to like a song, and this stuff was like in my algorithm. It just showed me this song. It literally sounded like them from the 50s. So I'm like, what is happening is you don't know what's real and what's not. And I just hearing, Metallica, it's clear because it was like specifically slotted for the 50s. But for the Alan Watts thing, I had no idea, and I had to like think about it. I'm like, is this the real person? Is this not the real person? And it is going to change people's opinions of people, because Sam Altman is saying things now that anyone, he's not actually saying those things. It's just the AI videos generated of him where it's just, all this stuff. So it's going to change perception. Like, I hate to say it, anything before 2025 is like real. 2023, 2022 is like human generated. Now it's like just AI generated. One last point I have is this one guy wanted to prove a point to me that AI is really not right. It's not right. Like, meaning like it's like not telling factual data. So this guy told me to look someone up a couple of days ago. So I looked them up on Perplexity, and then I looked him up on another AI app, and then I looked him up on another AI app. And this person had all this stuff, all these like awards and all this stuff. And he was a fraudster. So like he had a lot of degrees that he really didn't have, but he created web pages across the web. He had an MD, he was an architect, he was in social services, he was part of government. He had 30 different sites. And he's like a true fraudster. But when I looked it up in Perplexity, it actually looked valid and real. So I'm like, you're beginning to see a really strange internet where like you can't decipher what's real and what's not anymore if someone just puts a lot of content out. There was a point in time when like you could just create web pages and they were the authority. But now you're just going to one source of truth. Like, you might go to Sora. It's all like, it might just be invalid data that's just created for entertainment purposes. But it's just crazy. So it is going to change perception. Like, JFK, there were only so many videos of him in the past. Now there's going to be millions, if not billions, of videos created of JFK, and you're not going to know what's real and what's not. That's crazy, right? And
Correct.
a Sora watermark will be removed. You literally will. There'll be an app out tomorrow to remove it, right?
Totally.
Yeah. And I think the Alan Watts point is actually, I think that resonated with me because I used to listen to Earl Nightingale a lot. Earl Nightingale, he used to give, like inspirational talks about, like, Think and Grow Rich. And there was like book written by Napoleon Hill. There's so many things. I just used to listen to him on Spotify. I think I almost listened to most of his stuff. And when I went on YouTube, there were like new stuff that came out, like things he never spoke about. That was I haven't realized it, at that moment, but then it kind of felt off. He never spoke about this in all the content that I listened to. He never spoke about this. And I think, Daniel, I think that's a similar thing that actually happened to you as well, because you listen to him so much. Now you can differentiate. But then someone who just starts off listening to them now would actually think that's real. And I think that is also a little scary. And I think I just want to share another cool thing here. Netflix, there's a show on Netflix called Black Mirror, and one of my favorite episodes is Joanne is Awful. So the premise of the script is Joanne is an Hollywood actress, and then she just does like funny stuff, and then people just laugh at her, and then until she just realizes that that isn't her. Annie Murphy isn't the actual actor. She's in a different simulation where Salma Hayek is the real actress, and they're using Salma Hayek's video, to create a new different movie out of it. So it's very very similar to what's actually happening right now, and the whole thing what they're fighting for is their rights as actors. um, the company, whatever the company was, they were just simply able to use their faces to create as many movies, like funny stuff, like jumping from the building and falling, and all of those, like funny stuff, which the actors didn't actually want to be as, right? And the way that they did that was because they just signed, like a 2,000-page legal document which they didn't properly read, and then now their face can be used anywhere and everywhere, and they're not getting paid as much as well. So if this gets interesting about Joanne is Awful, and one Black Mirror kind of point I want to bring out is, okay, let me share another point. Let me share out is, okay, let me share another point. Let me share another video, and then Instagram, and I've just been toying around with the Sora as well. And this is like me talking to Sam Altman on the streets of Silicon Valley, talking to him, saying, "Hey, grab a .com domain. I have Harshith.ai, Harshith.com. So it's a .com domain." And the other cool one was actually this, where my AI version is running, and everyone in New York is saying, "Hey, that's not real. That's AI." And then I'm screaming, "No, I am real. I am real." So, cool stuff like this I was able to do. And what got me wondering was, what if we are also in a simulation living in Sora 10, and someone else is just prompting it for us? So, how long until we realize we're just a set of prompts as well? So, yeah, I know it's a little like a simulation theory, but yeah, I just wanted to know, like, do you guys think, this could even happen? Because it's getting so realistic, hyper realistic, that we could be Sora 10, and we're just a set of prompts as well.
You can go first, Sam.
I don't know. I think I've heard of that before. Like a prompt theory or like a
Correct. The prompt theory.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I did have this thought though, ready? I wouldn't doubt. I would probably bet money that right now as we speak, somebody is making like the very first, and people have probably done it, but I'm talking production quality AI movie. And I think it would be so it would go viral, even if it would probably have to be pretty good, and it would probably be pretty good, I think. Um, and that's something really cool to actually think about. I don't know if, like, look, Black Mirror is actually a great example where, like that episode, they use famous actors and actresses, but in other episodes, it's kind of just, I don't know, at least actors that I don't know. And so maybe we figure out that, like, using real faces doesn't even matter, and they could just be like, somebody who has never existed ever. Um, it's just like a random generated AI face. But the movie is so good that it just doesn't matter. It's AI generated. It was however much the server costs were or whatever, and how much it costed to get the people to prompt whatever. Um, that would be really interesting. But regarding the prompt theory, I honestly can't even wrap my head around if that ever. I mean, we could technically, wasn't Dune based off of the machines getting too powerful, and then they had to like restart, or everything got destroyed. So who knows? Maybe we are in a prompt simulation, and we're just waiting for somebody to write a prompt that ends in like a infinite loop, or like something terrible to happen. But I couldn't tell you. That's an interesting question. It's interesting that you came up with that. I couldn't tell you.
I mean, we are on a ball in the middle of nowhere, floating around a sun with galaxies all around us, and people really don't know what's beyond that. So anything is possible, because we really honestly have just been on planet Earth the whole time. There's so much more beyond, I guess, where we are. They talk about alternate universes, they talk about like multiverses, infinite. How big is the galaxy, the universe? Like, there's so much there. Who knows? Like, we might be a simulation, but I don't know. It's just, I can't even imagine, because there's so much going on in the galaxies and universes that it's, yeah. This is a really philosophical question, I think, but I don't know. It's definitely like a thought-provoking question. But if there are prompts and people are writing prompts for us, that's insane. That'd be crazy,
Yeah.
right? I think Elon Musk once said that. He's like, we're just in the simulation. What does that even mean? I don't think he even knows what he's saying. It's like, but there's so much beyond us. Like, there's so much beyond the human comprehension, because we can't know what's out there. So I think if we explored all of space, like, we might know more, but we can't even figure out homelessness or cure cancer. Like, how do we know what's out there? It's like hard to know. I think I would be way more confident in the human race if we could cure cancer and feed every human being on the planet. And then if we're exploring the universe, all right, like, we could figure out way more. We would know the answer way more, but we're just these little creatures, running around the earth. So,
Yeah.
interesting question, though. What are your thoughts,
Correct.
Harshith?
Yeah, I think so. Whatever you just said, right? I mean, curing homelessness and curing cancer, all of that. What if our system prompt was such that we have greed, we have, we strive for status? What if that's our system prompt, right? And every time I prompt on Sora, it just creates a video. And what if that video is actually a reality of Harshith in that universe, who thinks he's not AI? I mean, right now it's just a 10-second video that you can create, and I think they're just truncating it, just to save their GPUs. It's possible to take it to a complete a 1 minute video, or a 20-minute video, And once we have that your 20-minute length, I think it'll have a huge impact on Hollywood as well, because once you have 20-minute video generation, same character, continuous video generation, you can create as many scenes as you want, stitch them together with like normal editing software, and then you have a really high quality movie. And yeah, I think if that happens, I think these would be the stories that I would like to tell. The simulation theory, and the AI thinking they're not AI, and then realizing, damn, they are AI, they don't really exist. So these would be the stories that I would love to tell. Another thing was, so now that anybody can just produce really high quality videos. Now let's kind of dive into the good parts of it, right? So let's say, Daniel, you actually create your own cameo, and Sam could actually create his own cameo, and I have my own cameo, already exists. What I could do is I could increase the production of our podcasts on our reels. So we could use it for good use cases. Let's say whatever we are discussing about JustPaid itself, I could just add in Daniel and I, and then prompt it saying, hey, why is JustPaid the best AI billing software? And then our AIs could be having a discussion on it. And we don't have to be there, doing that discussion. And we can actually prompt it saying, have a nice 4K background with the best microphone. All of that could happen. All of the best, $10,000 production budget is just, a couple of prompts. So I think even good quality podcast level, I think that's also something that we can do. That is what I'm also excited about, like podcasts. And like, what do you guys think? Do you guys think there are any other good use cases where we can use this tool for? One could be education. The other could be just language learning. I've seen on Twitter someone who wasn't able to learn English. They were just prompting themselves, and then just seeing themselves, and then trying to replicate the exact same thing was much easier for them to learn that language. And what else could be other good use cases, if you want to share your pointers?
I mean, I could go first.
Mhm.
I mean, movies cost like millions and millions of dollars. Like, it's not going to cost that much to create a movie that we all want to see. In your head, there's like a movie that you absolutely love. It'd be great if it could continue on. Someone could do that for like fractions of, it wouldn't be millions. It'd be whatever the cost of the servers are. Um, it's funny how, like, Steve Jobs, like, you guys both know Steve Jobs. He bought Pixar from George Lucas, the founder of Star Wars. Did you guys know that or no? So he saw something that I think OpenAI sees, which is the power of like video and like doing stuff. So Star Wars, there was a lot of like tests with like CGI and trying to figure out how to make like lightsabers and these things fly around. Anyway, it was a defunct project that George Lucas wanted to sell off. Steve Jobs bought that company, called it Pixar, with the team that was that defunct George Lucas team, and then started creating videos very similar to OpenAI. And they made the first Pixar movie, which was Toy Story, which was the highest grossing. Like, it was just completely CGI. It was crazy. People couldn't believe it. But what Sam is saying is like, full length movies in the future are going to be really powerful with this like conduit. It's going to be really in a really positive way. Like, people will be able to see movies that they always wanted to see. Like, it'll create a more creative brain. It's almost like a new, you have a pen, a pencil, a computer to type on, you can talk. This will be a whole new medium where it's like you create like visuals like you've never done before. And Steve Jobs saw it. So he took Pixar public. They created Toy Story. They jointly did it with Disney. Disney and Pixar won, but Pixar became this like thing that Disney learned from to create those newer genre of movies. I think it's going to be it's going to level the playing field though in a lot of ways, cuz like there was like a gate. You have to have like $10 million to create an amazing movie, or $5 million. Now that gate is like shattered, where anyone can create an amazing movie with the right prompt and the right budget. I'm sure it's not going to be cheap, but like 2 hours of CPU time, you know what it is, like GPU time, it's going to be expensive. So it will be expensive, but it's not going to be like $100 million. I hope not. You know, like Lord of the Rings on Amazon, I heard it was abnormally crazy amounts for the budget. Like it was crazy amount per episode. So it's just going to be a game changer. I don't know, but other positive things, you're right. Like education, you're going to learn so fast because you got to have a fake teacher teach you like the most complex math in the most best way. And if you don't even understand them, you literally reprompt it and then they'll redo it until you get it right. Like, you know, or like taking care of like whatever. My dog is in the background, like how to take care of dogs. Like you'll have like virtual teachers, virtual classes, like that's a really positive thing. I mean, it is, I think, overall a positive thing. It's just it's a new medium, and we're just like, it was the first time, like, remember when banks first came out? I was alive when like people were scared of putting their money into like a digital bank. That's how old I am. Like people were scared. They're like, I have to keep my money under the bed. Like if I put it into a digital bank, they'll just like, it'll just get deleted. It could happen. It still could happen, but people like moved over. So I think like things change like very, very, you know, they just changed. Like in the past, we just had actors and actresses on stage. And then it was like pictures and movies. And then Pixar came along and they made the first movies, you know, and Disney made these for like these like really great movies without real people. This is just going to be another medium of that. And then there may be like, what's that movie that just came out? K-pop Demon Hunter. The characters are fake, but everybody knows them. The music is top on Spotify. It's not it is real people, but it's like a fake band. And then these characters could just be like, we can create, you know, hundreds of movies with them. You may not need real actors in the future. I don't know. Anyway, just kind of ranting. But I don't know if you want to add anything, Sam or Harshith.
Yeah, I think well, the education one is super fascinating because it's like, if you can get it to where, okay, an LLM will teach you what you want to be taught, right? But if you can actually start generating longer form videos of like, can you explain this topic to me? And then maybe it's so good to the point where, I mean, okay, maybe you shouldn't do this, but like, what if you literally can have your professor's face? Now you're learning from your professor, and everything pretty much matches up, right? It's like you ask it to explain you know, some mathematical concept or topic, and it turns to the board and it actually starts writing on the board, and what it's writing is accurate and everything traces properly. And you could just be like, wait, I don't get that part. I mean, you have a 24/7 365 teacher where you could just drill down examples, uh, drill into specifics, and that's like, what professor wouldn't want to do that? You know, you say classes Mondays, Wednesdays, 9 a.m. to 10:20. My office hours are Tuesdays and Thursdays, same time. But if you want me 24/7, here's the link. I don't know, you know, um, for any lessons or like just, you know, hopefully things don't get out of hand. Like you need some guardrails for sure. Um, but I think so many cool things will come out of this, and that's definitely one. Even like company training videos. Like if you think of, I don't know, like you work on a highly specific uh you know, location where it's like, oh, you have to do these certain things before you know, whatever. Or maybe you work in a lab, and you have to watch 50 training videos. um Maybe a company could now just make them all with AI. Maybe it's just like, here's step one, or I don't know, off the top of my head, I think another cool thing, visualizing yourself using a product. Um, how would that work? How would that kind of flow into my day to day? I don't know. It's just so funny how, like, every time we get on, this is the third podcast me being on it, and it's just every time it's like something, a lot of small things come out, but then one or maybe two really, really big things come out. And this is genuinely such a large step. Sora before Grok, when you take a photo you generated from Grok and you turned it into a video, it's just very, very obvious that it was AI. But now, I mean, Harshith, those videos, like the one of you, I think it was you running around, I don't know, it looked like the city or something. Not only is it hilarious, but it's pretty damn good. And it's really, really impressive. So, um, I'm just impressed again. And I don't know specifically if I'll be using it on a day to day. I will definitely hope to do some funny things with it, um, and maybe some UGC stuff. But if you really will use this, I mean, you just unlocked like 10 people, but it's just an app.
Correct, correct. Yeah, I think just two pointers. I just wanted to reiterate. Like, I think first one, which Daniel mentioned before, there was like a golden gate where people, needed a lot of capital to do things. But right now, you don't need as much of capital. You can have the exact same production quality with just prompts. And so basically, what you're talking about there, Daniel, is moat, right? What would be the moat in the future? And I think there's one thing that I think the moat would be what has been there for thousands of years of human existence. It's basically just storytelling. How good can you communicate your idea to someone else, right? And what is your story, right? And I think Steve Jobs said it once, right? The most powerful person is a storyteller, right? And I don't know if Steve Jobs said it, but yeah, I just read that Steve Jobs said it. Now I'm just questioning if Steve Jobs even said it. I mean, it was a poster. But yes, this quote I've read, the most powerful person is actually a storyteller, and that could actually be real, right? The mediums have changed. It just went from theater to actual movies, like real movies, and now to Hollywood and YouTube, UGC. Now this, I think it's just a medium change, but the end thing would actually be the same. And to your point where you mentioned, Sam, right? Your teacher could actually be teaching you. I was just thinking about this too. So what if Marcus Aurelius could actually be teaching me his meditations, his book Meditations? And what if Pythagoras could be teaching me the Pythagoras theorem? That would be even crazy, right?
Yeah.
And the only thing is, I think the platforms should evolve. I mean, there should be like proper, real platforms that should enable both of these. Now, the tech is there, the way you're talking, the way you were mentioning about the professor thing. There should be a proper platforms. I think it should just be platforms enabling it. Not letting the students, using the exact video in, different thing, different prompts, just restricting it in a certain way. I think if the platforms evolve in such a way, I think it's going to be really, amazing use cases that we'll be getting from here. I mean, yeah, we could learn about human anatomy, and doctors could learn quicker with videos. And yeah, I think knowledge has been democratized. Now, like video production has been democratized. So many things have been democratized. Anybody can do everything right now. So I think that is genuinely the crazy part. Yeah, I think this is actually, we've come to the end of our podcast. So any last pointers that, both of you would love to share, would love to hear from you guys.
I mean, every time we do this podcast, there's like a game changer app. So this is just one of many to come. And there's so much going into the AI world, so much investment. I'm gonna be impressed at what comes out next. Also, who knows? Like Sora may expand video time to an hour. Then you've got it. Like you've got that. So, but it's exciting. I don't know. It's an exciting time to be alive. Honestly, to see all of this like crazy innovation happening.
Yeah, 100%. And also, I think I'll be there in San Francisco in the next 2 weeks. So I mean, I'm just having all these cool ideas. What if I do a real blog and also, add in a little of, these Sora 2, vlogs as well. I think that video could be, even nicer. Like, when we post it on YouTube with the editor, with the real videos and Sora 2, yeah, I think it'll be a much nicer video to watch, much engaging video to watch. So I'm just getting up for all of that. So yeah, just super excited about everything. And Sam, if you actually need an invite code for this, we've got invite codes. So just gonna share you how the invite code would look. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, so here, I think someone is trying to engagement farm with the invite. So this is how the image would look like, and there's a code below, and you can it's invite only. So then you can access it. Funny part, like people are selling it on eBay for $36. Um, so yeah, there's always a market when when these things come up. Yeah, we'll share you the invite code, try it out yourself, create your own cameo, and yeah, just looking forward to looking forward to see like what videos that you would create, right? So yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, video generation, I guess if you would even call it that, video production is just something I would never do. Never would invest in a super expensive camera, pick it up, film somebody doing something or myself. And so just being able to do that with a simple sentence, a simple prompt, um, it's just absurd. It's just absurd where we're going. Um, and literally in a month, who knows? Sora 3. And then it's over, but we'll see.
Yep, exactly. And I think it'll be amazing, right? Like video, like would people even buy cameras? And if people are buying cameras and OpenAI does need the data, would there be a mechanism where these companies actually pay the users for the real videos or whatever the data they're trying to accumulate? Now with Meta glasses, would there be a platform where I'm just walking around with my POV shots and everything that's being captured in my Meta glasses? I can actually sell this data to OpenAI, and in a legit way, I can make money out of it. And OpenAI trains their models out of it. So I think, yeah, all of this would change. There'll be so many economies popping up. Yeah, I'm super excited for all of this. And yeah, once again, Sam, thank you for being on the podcast. It was such a thought provoking pointers that we all shared. Yeah, just great to see that we are literally at at the point where all of this is happening. So thanks again.
Of course, yeah. Always happy to be here.
Yeah. See you guys in the next one. Peace.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
See you guys.
All right, cool.